The modes of heat transfer. When you heat an object near the burning woods, it becomes hot because of heat transfer. In this video, we will learn about the different ways in which transfer of heat can take place. Heat, by definition, is the energy in transit due to temperature difference. Heat is always moving. The question now is, how does heat move out from one thing to another? This is what we refer to as heat transfer. Basically, the movement of heat comes in three ways: the conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction. Why does it feel like your feet are burning when you walk barefoot on the beach and get on the sand? The given situation illustrates conduction, wherein direct contact is used to transfer the heat. This is the reason why the hot sand passes the heat energy right into your feet because the two objects are touching. For example, when one end of a metal pole is placed into a fire, eventually you will notice that the heat reaches your hand. The hot molecules on the fire will come in contact with the metal pole, which soon will get hot, and each hot molecule will pass the heat along the molecule next to it, and so on as it reaches your hand. The question now is, why is heat easily transferred in some materials? Some materials are better conductors than others. Metals are good conductors and is the reason why metals objects get hot so easily. On the other hand, plastics, woods, rubbers, and other materials are poor conductors. Transfer of heat from one molecule to another takes longer time. Similarly, solids with their tightly packed molecules are better conductors than liquids and gases, which are molecules that are not touching as much as solids. There are numerous examples where conduction takes place. Whenever two objects touch, heat conduction will happen. One good example is when you are cooking food on a stove. Conduction is taking place twice in this example, since the heat from the burner passes through the metal pan and then passes into the food. The second type of heat transfer is convection. Here is the situation. When you heated a soup for dinner, it was cold as at first, but why does the soup at the bottom heated up first? This modus transfer is known as convection, where fluids is the medium on how heat passes through. A fluid is anything that can move easily from one place to another because of their loosely moving molecules, making liquids and gases as an example. When heated, the molecules spread out and move apart, thus making the hot fluid less dense, causing it to rise, and the color fluid denser, causing it to sink down. This up and down motion is what we call convection current. Convection current helps spread the heat among fluids in circular movements. Going back to the situation given, the closest to the hot stove, which is the bottom of the pan heated up first. As it is heated, the molecules spread apart and become less dense, causing the hot soup rose up and the color soup at the top to sink down. The spread of the heat around was facilitated by convection current until all parts of the soup was heated up. Radiation. This is the third type of heat transfer. As we learned that conduction and convection moves heat through solids and liquids and gases respectively. The question now is, how does Earth receive massive heat from the sun? Or, why does even sitting several feet away from campfire, you can still feel the heat? There are no molecules in space, but there is radiation. It is actually a form of electromagnetic energy that moves in waves since radiation does not need molecules or empty space to pass the energy. Therefore, radiation is heat moving in waves. Sun is the main source of radiation. It sends a massive amount of heat to the earth through electromagnetic waves. This is also why you get sunburn when you go to the beach under the blazing heat of the sun. So those are the mode of heat transfer. The first one, conduction, convection, and radiation. Thank you for watching.